morning.
Good morning.
All right,
So, Rachel, have you come up with something to chant for us?
I'm gonna silence everybody, and Rachel, you can unmute yourself so that we can enjoy your opening chant, whatever you've decided on. She's working
Now she's
on
got
it.
to find
I
the.
know. Ah, she's getting there. See, Galen, you're not the only one that there she is.
Got it. I could do liberation from all obstructions.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Lovely, thank you. So we'll hear from
That's what my Hindu name means.
Rachel. Are you ready for her to begin?
I'm ready.
Okay, anytime.
Liberation from all obstructions. In the presence of Sangha, in the light of Dharma, in the oneness with Buddha, may my path to complete enlightenment benefit everyone. In this passing moment, karma ripens and all things come to be. I vow to affirm what is. If there is cost, I choose to pay. If there is need, I choose to give. If there is pain, I choose to feel. If there is sorrow, I choose to grieve. When burning, I choose heat. When calm, I choose peace. When starving, I choose hunger. When happy, I choose joy. Whom I encounter, I choose to meet. What I shoulder, I choose to bear. When it is my birth, I choose to live. When it is my death, I choose to die. Where this takes me, I choose to go. Being with what is, I respond to what is. This life of ours is as real as a dream. The one who knows it cannot be found, and truth is not a thing. Therefore, I vow to choose this Dharma entrance gate. May all Buddhas and wise ones help me live this vow.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's beautiful. We're done.
We can go home now.
Oh. So I found this little quote from Goenka. He said, if proper attention is not given to sensations, then we're not going to the deepest levels of mind. What? What did he just say? If proper attention is not given to sensations, then we are not going to the deepest levels of the mind. The deepest level of the mind, according to Buddha, is constantly in contact with body sensations. And this goes back to an article that appeared in Lion's Roar, where he said the problem with most Western practitioners is that we're trying to practice spirituality in a disembodied state. That means that because of our fascination with the mind, and I think, therefore I am, and the demonization of the body and identification of the body with the flesh, which Paul would have been horrified by our understanding of that, because he thought of it more in terms of addiction, which makes sense if you read it that way. But because the flesh is associated with sexuality, even that's been demonized, and that's one of the most spiritual practices you can actually have. And it's also alluded to in the Radiant Sutras. So in practicing these things, we're practicing reconnecting with the body, and by reconnecting with the body, reconnecting with the universe, because that's where we experience the universe. So our fascination with intellectual ideas and trying in some way to conceptualize what can't be conceptualized. There are two unanswerable questions in Buddhism. One is, who are you? And the other one is, what's going to happen next? And the difference between spirituality and religion is, religion wants to predict what's going to come next and be in control of it, and spirituality goes, it's irrelevant. And this was a beautiful chant to say, whatever arises, I'll meet it. Easier said than done sometimes. So today we're going to do Yoga Nidra, and
which is a guided
meditation. And I'm trying to find what I found last night. Here we go. Which is his description of what's happening.
Did you say Richard Miller? Yes.
Yeah. So he begins with a quote.
This is a preface to our meditation.
Meditation. Thank you. If you haven't noticed, I make intuitive leaps and I don't signal when I get 6 lanes over. You know those drivers? That's what I do in terms of the way I talk. So if you get whiplash, a quote, when you come to innocent, unconditioned listening, your body goes spontaneously into deep peace. I'll say that again. When you come to innocent, unconditioned listening, your body goes spontaneously into deep peace. Now that intention is in place, you begin systematically rotating your attention through your physical body. And when we talk about kosha, this is what's called the Annamaya kosha. And we do that to counteract the physical disturbances that appear when you lose touch with your inherent omnipresent spaciousness. Innocent, unconditioned listening to physical sensation reestablishes your body's inner radiance. Through the simple act of body sensing, you will grow to appreciate your body as a rich source of effervescent feedback that is always pointing back to its innate ground of physical, psychological, and spiritual vitality. You may believe that skin defines the boundary of your body, but the body is actually a multidimensional vibration that extends infinitely beyond any conceptual limitation of center or periphery. Your true nature has neither center nor periphery. It is simultaneously everywhere because it is omnipresent by its very nature. We have grown numb to the infinite variety of physical sensations that form the radiance that is our body. And this is why disease processes can go undetected for months or years before they erupt to the surface of awareness as discomfort or pain. We are usually unaware of the subtle messages that our body is sending as it tries to inform the mind that something is amiss. Hey, lady, pay attention to me. When we radiate awareness through the physical body, we begin and end in a particular order. um, tracing pathways in the body that have been mapped out by yoga practitioners for thousands of years. Modern neurophysiologists have also explored these pathways using electrodes to probe the precise interconnections between the physical body and the brain. They have mapped out a vast array of nerve fibers that move to and from the cerebral cortex of the brain that correlates to precise areas in the physical body. We give special importance to these sensory-rich areas as we rotate through the physical body during the practice of Yoga Nidra. While Western science provides a map that pinpoints most sensitive bodies of the area according to the sensory motor context, yoga provides another map that identifies areas of energetic significance. The chakras, in Sanskrit, means the energy centers of the body. This is often associated with the 7 glands and nerve plexuses of the human body. They're extraordinary, complex, interwoven energetic networks that are constantly providing us with exquisite information regarding our physical, mental, and spiritual map. So that's what we're going to be exploring today. And the attitude which he likes, and I need to introduce this, is what he says: invent nothing, deny nothing. So actually, your thing was perfect, Rachel, is that as you're doing this practice, don't do anything, okay? Don't try to make something happen. That's what we mean by don't invent anything. It's like I say, when you sit by the ocean doesn't need you. And eventually you begin to relax and it's going to be okay. It's going to do the ocean thing without my help.
So
Well,
don't add it.
don't add anything, okay? But deny nothing, okay? So deny nothing. These are the 2 sources of suffering: my aversion, wanting to deny, my attachment, wanting something to happen, and then turning off the thinking mind. If you sit in your thinking mind, you're going to miss this. That's the beauty of the senses. It gives you a way of knowing that is direct awareness, directly meeting sensation without the mediation of thought. So he over and over will give cues of letting go of thinking, letting go of doing, adding nothing, subtracting nothing. And that's fundamental to your practice. It's not just about presence. You can be present and think in your head and say, oh, I'm present. No, you're not. No, you're not. Because it's going through the veil of your conditioned mind. Every thought you have is conditioned. Babies don't have that. So when you think about a beginner's mind, think about a baby's mind. A baby's just responding to stimuli. That's where we're trying to get back to when we talk about the beginner mind. So I invite you to begin by closing your eyes, since we're going to go inward. And begin to take a few deep cleansing breaths, taking it in through the nose, letting it out slowly through pursed lips, like you're breathing out through a straw. Beginning to gather your full attention on the breath, letting go of the future, letting go of the past, and letting yourself land in this moment. Letting Now, let the breath breathe itself and feel the breath's impact on the body, an energetic impact in the form of sensations in the body. Your awareness allows the energy field in the body to grow and expand, and see if you can experience that directly. How where you place your awareness also increases the energy flow. The mind melting and merging in the river of energy flowing in your body, carrying you without effort into an ever deeper level of relaxation. Now follow my guidance as we move our awareness through different parts of your body. Begin by bringing your undivided attention to your brow center, for example. And let the non-doing presence fully manifest in that brow center. Observing the vast stillness and silence. Resting in this vastness, allow whatever comes into you to enter this awareness, being present without judgment, witnessing as it floats like a cloud in the sky. And now let your attention move effortlessly towards the Muladhara chakra at the base of the spine. Feel this chakra begin to pulse, to glow, sensing the flavor and quality of the energy, earthy, heavy. Perhaps you can feel the energy from the feet and legs gathered up into this chakra, like roots feeding the trunk of a tree. As you bring non-judgmental awareness to this area, you may feel it begin to relax and open. Bringing even more energy into your awareness. Let grounding in this chakra serve as a base for moving through the higher centers of consciousness. As you allow your energy to move up into the pelvis, the area of the reproductive organs and the sacral nerve plexus, beginning to sense the movement of the energy. Nourishing your body, providing energy for your spirituality to live your life. Being this energy moving up from the root, up through the energy channel in the spine, the Sushumna, carrying a strong regenerative energy. It begins to release the power of breath to heal, the prana shakti. Sensing your body filling with that sacred life force energy. Feeling first and second chakra open, relaxed. And move your attention now to the Manipura chakra, located above the navel, the solar plexus area. Nourishing the abdominal organs. This is the seed of self-esteem. The seed of your personal power. Feeling how the energy is transformed by the light of your awareness. Bringing with it confidence, strength, rooted now, not in ideas, but in your connection with the earth through first chakra. Feeling this chakra relaxed and open. Beginning to liberate you from the limitations of your conditioned ways of relating to your body. Experiencing your inner core as vital, strong, connected. Feeling a sense of fulfillment in this moment as you bring your awareness up to the Anahata chakra, the heart center, and the cardiac plexus. Feeling the areas in the heart chakra beginning to move more freely. begin to expand in response to your open awareness. As this light expands in the middle of the chest, restorative and regenerative healing power is being activated for the heart, the lungs, and the thymus gland. And here you may experience a radiance related to a deep upwelling of love and compassion. Beginning to change the quality of the energy received from the lower chakras. Turning those energies into a beacon of light and love. Feeling the energy spontaneously rise into the Vishuddha chakra at the throat, the cervical nerve plexus. Activating the energies of expansiveness, where you can reclaim your voice of wisdom without the limitations of thought or conditioned mind. As this center opens, you're free from inhibitions and limitations. You can awaken creative expression, find your own true voice. Now bring your awareness to the third eye, the Ajna chakra, between the eyebrows, about 3 inches back, the pituitary pineal gland. Simply resting in awareness. Here's the master gland for healing. Here we become time transcendent in the present moment. Here a new neurochemical called anandamide, which the Hindus call Amrit, deepens your joy, your peace, bathing your whole being in the world around you in a healing light. Now, moving to the crown of the head, the Sahasrara chakra, the 1,000-petal lotus, your spiritual antenna. Sensing all your energies moving unimpeded up towards the crown. Connecting you with the spaciousness, the energy of the universe. All boundaries and illusions of separateness dissolve here. The feeling of at oneness with all the energy that is. Dropping down once more to the Ajna chakra between your eyebrows, and drop into the deepest levels of relaxation. Here, there's nothing to do or achieve. You've entered the domain of grace and of integration. Here, you are the witness to all that is happening, but doing nothing to make it happen. All that can never be done by your doing can happen only in the non-doing presence of your being. Allow yourself to feel completely safe and comfortable. You hand yourself over to the power and the protection of the presence of your true nature. Letting go of all fear, apprehension, and anxiety about all you want to change, control, and manage. Letting go of all doing, replace it with trust in a power greater than you. Letting your awareness melt in the presence of the sanctuary of stillness, empty and free of all striving. Experiencing yourself as time and space transcendent. An eternal now. Bring your awareness back to the body, feeling all the meridians activated, purified, balancing, the channels open, feeling that life force energy flowing freely through the body. The mind spacious and open, the heart relaxed into its source of compassion. Your body soft, perceptive,
big thank you to Alice
Yes.
for our connection to Michelle McAlpin, who is responsible for many of the Yoga Nidras that I read. I've transcripted them from her recordings, and that was a riff off of one of them. Yeah.
Mhm.
One who studied under Amrit Desai and also Richard Miller. So, yeah,
Yep.
thank you.
So, questions or comments?
Good meditation.
Thank you.
I enjoyed the tip that you can't be present if you're thinking that you're present. That it has to be.
It's
Yeah. Boy, that's a rabbit hole
I know.
you can go down. You go, oh,
Oh, wow, I'm really
not thinking.
present.
No, that's a thought. No, that's a thought too. And then it just dissolves. You laugh.
Just full body sensation, 5 sense awareness. Even when I think about my 5 senses, I don't I often forget about the body sensation because I don't even think about my 5 senses being internal. They're all external. And so that's kind of missing the forest for the trees or something. Does that make sense? I don't know. It's kind of a big deal, as you said in your intro.
Yeah. Well,
Mhm.
thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It is. It's like Goenko said, we just do not get that this is the doorway to peace. I do some others with my clients on body sensing, and you begin to discover the more you tune into your body, without effort, you start feeling more grounded. You start feeling more connected. You start feeling more peaceful.
Ventral.
Yeah, you start shifting towards ventral. So you're this thing that we've been ignoring and disvaluing. And I think that's largely because of our disvaluing women and the association of women with the body and the earth with women bodies. That the only thing that had value was this realm of ideas of Plato, and even so much of Eastern religions was going to transcendental meditation, not meditations that are going to enable you to function in the world. You look at Sri Chinmoy, who was Santana's guru, and Mahavishnu John McLaughlin, and his eyes were rolled back in his head, and he's like, "Oh, yeah, the world is so lovely, it's beautiful, I love you all." But the fucker couldn't drive his car, he couldn't fix his own food. So you kind of ask, yeah, you catch a nice vibe off of him, but
Is that any way to live your life?
You can't live your life like that. No.
The intention that is set before every Kripalu yoga class, is I recognize that my body is the temple of the divine.
Yeah. And then it goes on to what?
And I am not this body, but the embodied spirit itself. Yeah.
My mind is like a child that keeps saying, "Are we there yet? Are we there yet?"
That's a good one. Not just this body. I think if we all recognize that we are the temple of divine, I think there would be less of all these things I don't want to see in the world. It's such a liberation, because in religion you're like taught you're not God. You are not God. You be gracious to God, and you repent, and you be like him, but you can never be like him. And then if someone tells you that you are the temple of the divine and that godliness is within you, then you take care of it. You don't feel so punished, and have
Yep.
to repent and do better. Then you can start figuring out, how do I take care of this divinity within? It doesn't mean I'm the divine, but it's within me. How do I care for it? And that to me is a big shift,
Absolutely. And thank you for that, because that's a cue for me to talk about this. A bunch of people have wanted to address a book called There's Nothing Wrong with You by Sherry Huber. And we haven't activated our Sunday book discussion group in a while. And I'm thinking about doing that with that book as the central focus. And that's precisely where we got off track, is that if you see yourself as something fundamentally wrong, that's why I'm not experiencing peace, love, and joy, and that I have to fix myself before I can get those things. And that was so strong an emphasis in the Catholic Church that even the parish priests were considered to be incapable of having the fullest spiritual experience because of their need to pay attention to worldly details. And that's why cloistered monks and nuns were expressing the highest expression of the spiritual life, detached from worldly concerns. So, that puts you off in a direction, like you say, where you're never worthy. No matter how much you strive, you'll never be worthy because you can't attain divinity. Whereas the Eastern religion points us back towards the fact you are divine. These divine energies are in your being. They're the very source of your being. And once you genuinely realize that, Matthew says a quote that said, you don't dance to get anywhere. And that's why life becomes a dance, because we're not trying to get anywhere. We're there, dudes, And once you really land in that awareness and it really hits, there's nothing to fix. There's really nothing to do except share the joy. Go play. My doctoral thesis is on the spirituality of play. It goes directly in the teeth of the Protestant work ethic. Do nothing. Go play. You can't do that. You don't even know how to play. Oh, could we schedule time to play? Have you got an opening on Thursday? It's work. It's crazy culture. Crazy.
I had a comment. I had a comment with some Dharma students one time, and we were talking about having the five senses, and the discussion was, you can only have one at a time. So if you're in the eye one, you can't do eye and ear and feel. And so we were discussing back and forth. So we asked the teacher, and I said, I think you can have all of them at the same time. And he said, that's enlightenment.
Yes, thank you.
Well, hey, Bart, just to piggyback on that, as far as experience today, for me, I started very binary with expansion and contraction within an out breath. And as soon as I let go of thinking about that, and again, this is a Tai Chi, something I've been working on, I realized that I could expand and contract at any point, and chose to just expand with my inhale and the exhale. And it was a very multiplicative experience.
Yes. And I love that. And actually, that's really part of the way yoga works as far as contractions in the body, is we've turned it into stretching and pulling and effort to get into a pose. And that's not the way you do it. The way you do it is you feel the contraction, then you breathe into that and feel the fist get a little bit of space in it. And then on the out breath, you relax into the space. And that sets your new edge. And then you inhale into that edge and expand that area. And then you relax into that space. So you're relaxing into not stretching.
Exhaling.
And it's exactly the way you heal emotionally. You know, I just saw something that I like. The emphasis now is on shake it off, get rid of the energy in your body. This person said, no, don't get rid of the energy. Experience it, make friends with it, and it'll go away. But don't just get rid of it without letting it teach you. That goes back to the monkey as the messenger. These subtle sensations of distress are trying to get your attention to tell you about a change that you need to make in your life. But we just want to get rid of the symptoms. We don't want to stop and say, why do I keep accumulating tension in my hips? It's not just about what mommy did to me. That's not why I'm holding that in my hips. Okay? It could be that you have arthritis in your hip. You know, it's not that simple, folks.
And I love what Marilyn said about enlightenment and the possibility of including all of your senses in your meditation. Yeah.
Well, when
Is
you
that
begin to understand,
opening?
awareness is everywhere. Attention is not. Attention is focused. So what we did today was we
more of
used the precision
Single
of
focus.
attention, the single-minded
dharana.
focus. Yep. But now we're relaxing out into that awareness of without space. I don't know. Can't articulate. I got lost.
Without edges.
Without edges.
Yeah.
Any of you ever have
Which is
trouble
one of
with
the 8
words?
limbs of yoga. Yeah.
I do not like speaking at all. Someone once told me anytime you say anything, you don't say everything. And it's very frustrating. And I'm against words. We should all just put chips in our head and think about what everybody else is thinking.
I agree. We should all just have one big group hug and then glory in all the wonderful energies that would create. We all go ventral in 5 minutes.
That's why we're here. We're getting that. Yeah.
Anybody else before we close?
Yummy.
And Jean Harper, I saw you sneak in. Glad to have you. All right. And where'd Rachel go? Is she still here? I want to thank her again. I think she's
For that chant. Oh, that was fabulous.
Yeah,
I
we
need
do
to
that
hear
every
that
time.
every day.
Yep.
That was fabulous. Perfect.
That is
The
perfect.
Gatha of Liberation. Is that
Yummo.
Mhm.
Okay.
I just want to acknowledge that you just said perfect.
But I said it perfectly.
I know.
Maybe I said it, but yeah. I know. Ah,
Okay. Homie,
okay. We will
see what-
participate. So you can unmute yourself if you want to all ohm here together. It's an unusual sound on Zoom, but hey, why not?
So one thing to that, Tiffany, we got from our son, Nick, he always says parfait, which is French for perfect. So on my text, I go parfait and put the little parfait emoji on. So it's my way
It's parfait.
of sneaking out doing it. Yeah. Parfait.
Yeah. All right. Take a deep breath in. Everybody.
Everybody, thank
Take
Have a
care.
good week.
Great
Have a
week.
good weekend, guys. Love y'all.
Love you.
Pat left. She left. I was gonna ask her if she could. All right. Hey.